Hello.
Hey,
How you doing today?
good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I was hoping you ain't had too much trouble getting
I
in.
know. It was pretty easy.
No doubt. I'm sitting here on your page, right?
Hmm.
I swear you have ran across a lot of my smoke buddies. I see you work with Fanny. I see you have hooked up with my homegirl Kelly BBW. Also, I had the pleasure of interviewing the wonderful Alexis Allure. So
Oh, yeah.
I see y'all supposed to be hanging out in San Francisco in May.
Yep. Yeah. We're all. I'm good friends with a lot of BBWs, so I get around.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. And I feel to actually be like popular among the BBWs, other BBWs, because a lot of times you hear about beef and competition and stuff like that. It seems like with you, it's more of you're probably everyone's favorite porn star's favorite porn star. Is it safe to say?
Well, I think what I hear is that I'm nice. I'm easy to work with. I have a good personality. I'm very outgoing, but I'm also really nice, and I don't take any bullshit. But I'm very cool unless something else is warranted. And I think that it's important to be business and not let a lot of that pettiness or drama get in the way. Like I said, unless there's a reason for it, you know what I mean. So I really
Oh
haven't had any issues with any. I love everyone. Yeah, and I think I have a great time with anyone.
yes, I can see that because your smile just radiates off the screen in your pictures and your vids.
Oh, thank you.
So before we get deep into before I go to my particulars, and even before we introduce who you is, you got to tell me about this scene that you did in the trailer. When the trailer is rocking.
The trailer's rocking with Stay Ready. Yeah, so we were at Girls Gone Wireless. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an event, where content creators get it ready with fans and we all collab and have a good time in big mansion style Airbnbs. And there's one that we rented that happened to have like a motorhome and a trailer in the backyard. So we were, kind of utilizing all the space, of course. We use everywhere we can to shoot. And I was kind of like looking around, like, where am I gonna shoot next? And then I thought, I wonder if that trailer's open. So we went to go check it out, and it was hot as fuck in there. So we aired it out a little bit, and we just went in. I was sweating to death, but I thought it'd just be funny. And David cool as fuck. He's so outgoing. And so I thought, especially, the personality that he brings and his accent and everything like that, it just fit. It was really good.
Yeah, because I can imagine if from what you explained to me, y'all didn't have no keys to the motherfucker, so y'all could turn on the air conditioning if you wanted to. So I
Right.
know it got very hot up in that motherfucker.
It was Atlanta, and it was like gosh, I think it was around the fall, but it was still warm out. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, in the South is we get all the weather.
Yeah.
We get all the damn weather. So look, let me do these particulars and we can get this interview on the road, okay?
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get yourself a profile, start podcast today. I am your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links in one place with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Let me tell you about three wonderful sponsors that we do have. The first one being the Facebook of the LS community, lsworld.com. Number two is eroticismmagazine.com. Go there today. Get yourself a monthly subscription. Get the magazine either paperback or digital. Either way, get it. And last but not least, and black owned, I may say, for you content creators, I'm talking about 90% profit. And they also offer healthcare for anyone that needs it. And for you consumers, another place for you to buy some hot content from porn's hottest new faces and legends. And I'm only talking about excitebunny.com. Go there today and get yourself a profile. We are a proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. Plus, while you at shopgwdistrict.com, checking out all the podcasts, get some shopping done as you get the opportunity to buy products from over 500 black-owned retailers and shops. Also, check the Smoking Lounge out on these two new spots. I'm talking about SkyhawkAfterDarkTV.com. Listen to the radio station or the page, or go to well, I don't know the site, but I can just tell you we're now currently on SGP Radio. That's right. So the link will be in the description. So you're all good. So with that being said, I'm about to shut up and let this sexy. Hold on, let me read this off here because I kind of like what you had in your profile. Kinky, curvaceous, pansexual goddess that's going to probably be a legend in this business. Introduce herself.
Monique Leslie, hello.
Most definitely. First of all, what is your measurements, baby?
Well, gosh, that's changing because I've kind of gained some weight, but I know for sure my booty is 61.5 right now.
Okay.
My weight is 40, and then my bust is 49.
Most definitely. And how long have you been doing the business of porn?
It's 2 years now.
2 years. Okay. Mm-hmm. Damn, you moving like you've been in it 10. I'm just saying.
I don't get around.
Yeah, because I mean, for 2 years you have really, you really hit it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. From looking at your feed, who you have worked with, who you have connected with, what brought you to the business of porn?
Well, I've always been a wild girl, and I was kind of doing the executive positions, in corporations and that kind of thing. And I was just really bored. And know that it's a new time where sexuality and individuality and everything is a little bit more accepted. I kind of started thinking, you know what, I'd like to do something a little extra. And initially, I was just going to start looking into camming just for extra money in my, in the evenings or something, and just have a little fun. I already was in the swinger community, so it wasn't foreign for me to, really. I'm an exhibitionist, and I love knowing that people are watching me, looking at me, getting off on me. That really turns me on. So it wasn't foreign for me to, turn to something like camming. When I did all my research and was ready to go. And I kind of did a couple of shows, and then the pandemic happened. So my day job kind of closed down for a while. And I figured, well, fuck it, may as well go full force in this thing.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, so as I started working my social media and that kind of thing, I started being approached by different producers like Plumper Pass and Pure BBW and that kind of thing. And I just started shooting, and it just shot off from there.
So was you shocked how fast you was getting contacted?
Mm-hmm. I would say, yeah, within like 3 months of starting, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. So was you shooting? So what you were shooting before you hooked up with them? Was you shooting Boy Girl then, or was you just doing solo?
Well, it was the pandemic, so I was pretty much just doing solo stuff because it was the beginning. Everybody was totally locked down over here in LA. Even you could only go to work if it was essential. Every other business was closed down. So, we were just locked in our home. I didn't know what the hell was going on. We're a little bit scared. Grocery stores are empty. I mean, it was a whole thing, so I just.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Black Wall Street is now online, baby. That's right. Visit the GW District. Shop the very best in men's and women's apparel and accessories, home decor, office supplies, books, pantry items, and so much more. The GW District is a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media. We're both veteran and Black-owned, and we're bringing you the best online shopping experience with products made by small businesses. Come and experience the GW District difference today at shopgwdistrict.com. That's shopgwdistrict.com. The GW District, a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media.
That's right.
Drops back out. So back from commercial break. But anyway, you were talking about when you getting into the business and what have you.
Yeah. So when I started out, I was just doing solo stuff just because it was in the middle of the pandemic And of course, everything was closed down here. Nobody was going anywhere. So I figured may as well talk to the outside world through the computer, have a little fun, show a little curves. And that's what I did.
Yeah. So who was the first producer that you ended up working with?
The first producer I worked with, actually, pure BBW. It was Christian.
Okay.
I had been approached by Plumper Pass first, but with the traveling thing and me being LA and they being in Miami, it was just I was a little bit scared to travel at first. I didn't know what the hell was going on in the beginning with this new, COVID thing. So it was easier for me in LA to get to Vegas. And Christian ended up getting my first scene.
Word. Okay then. So now let's unpack Monique Leslie's first scene, shall we? All right. First we begin with this. I call this pre-care because I'm also a dom. I'm into BDSM, and I think pre-care goes into every part of life. So what were some of the things that Christian did to help you become comfortable? Because this was your first time doing the scene. I understand that you have swanged. You're used to being, in a room full of people fucking in the whole nine. But this is a different element because this is in front of a camera. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was very different. Not only in front of a camera, because we've been in front of camera doing casual things, but you have to put a little bit of acting into it too. And not only that, you have to make sure that you don't look lost, that you're maintaining your persona so that it flows well, and you're opening up. That was a new thing for me, is opening up and making sure I'm not blocking parts of my body with my arms, or holding my legs in the right areas. And those are all things I had to realize, paying attention where the camera is so that my face is facing that way, and all that thing. So I was definitely nervous. And Christian was great because he's very direct in what he wants and how he wants a scene to go. But he also gave me a lot of great advice, and not only for shooting, but just being in the industry in general. And he made me feel very comfortable. His videographer, Jen, is great. I absolutely love her too. And she makes me feel comfortable as far as getting the poses down and figuring that out, and giving me signals when something needs to change. Christian kind of just held me and would tighten around me if I needed to move a certain way, so that so hopefully it wasn't looking awkward as we were going along. So it was a little nerve-wracking in the beginning, especially because they give you the rundown. The scene's gonna go like this, and this, and then you're trying to remember, wait, what the fuck order was that in? So it's like in my head, like really calculating and trying not to look like I'm calculating. So it was a lot, but I think it ended up coming out really good. It flowed fine. We did 2 scenes that day, actually one day and one the following day. So yeah, I felt like the second day went even smoother. I was exhausted, and then I went home with my money, so it was good.
No doubt. So your first, interesting, her first boy-girl scene was paid. Yes. Most definitely. So with that being said, how soon did you start doing content and shooting your own content?
Boy-girl content?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's see. I want to think. Let's see. I was doing solo stuff until last year. Last year, in, I think it was around the spring, early summer, there was a collab event here in LA with, I think this is the first one I did, with Eliza Allure. She has a studio here, and she comes to LA every so often, and she's gracious enough to invite people and let them stay at her studio from out of town. So talent came in, and we all worked together. In addition to that, actually, you know what? Before that, my first collab was with Finney. So Finney came down with Peyton Thomas, and they were at a hotel. I met them there, and we shot a couple of scenes. And then that next day, we went to Eliza's studio with a couple other people and did work. And then after that, I worked with Luna Lark at another hotel a couple of weeks later.
So it just the first 3 to 4 months of her career, she was just rolling. She just rolling. Because I know it kind of shocked you, because you went from, I know it was the pandemic. You went from you only webcam to now you're shooting and you're shooting like this, back to back. And you're not only just shooting back to back, you're shooting with top of the line talent. Because with Alexis Lord, she's actually a legend.
Mhm.
You know, period.
And Eliza.
Yeah,
So,
Eliza,
mhm.
without saying, I mean, come on now, she was the one that put together one of the biggest BBW productions from Hustler. You feel
Yeah.
me? So how was it like being in the presence of them, and what did you learn from them?
Well, I'm always a little bit nervous to make sure, because sometimes, you don't know, girls being girls, sometimes you can be a nice looking girl and go somewhere, and other nice looking girls can, be in competition with you and hate on you, or they can be cool as fuck. So you never know what you're going to get when it comes to girls. But every single girl that I've met in this industry, that I'm cool with right now, I have not had any issues with. Everybody's extremely outgoing. Um, um, we're all different, but we're all beautiful. We all bring something different to the table. We all have our own styles, and we celebrate that. So it's awesome. Meeting Eliza was very cool. We worked together. I didn't meet Alexis until a little bit later, but Eliza was very sweet. She, oh gosh, is so extremely experienced that she just knows what to do right away with ease. And so back then I was still a little bit new at collabing, and there were some things that she taught me. For instance, putting the condoms on the dildos and vibrators even when you're using them on another girl. Or where to hold the vibrator on the girl so that it's not too intense to last the scene, and stuff like that. And just her general being and aura, and chill attitude, but very direct and sweet, and just there's a lot of things that just being around everyone you learn and you pick up. But I'm already an assertive person. I'm already someone who's confident and outgoing and that kind of thing. So I think that they identified that in me, rather than me being like, seeming sneaky or bitchy or anything like that. I think people like me right away just because you can tell right away I'm legit. I'm a real ass bitch, and I don't mess around. I don't play games. You know what I mean? And I show that right away.
Yeah, because I can see you exude confidence. I think you walked into the game with confidence, and probably had confidence before you got into the game.
Right.
Period. So like when you deal with male talents, because like I said, you have worked with Finny and different ones. What's some of the things that male talents do before y'all shoot? Because like I said, in some situations, you're meeting your male talent for the first time.
Right.
You didn't talk to them, because you do professional shoots and you do the content trade.
Mm-hmm.
If a professional paid shoot, sometimes you don't meet the male talent beforehand. You don't get to talk to them. And then there's other shoots where you, like with Finny, y'all might have been talking back and forth, corresponding the whole nine. So what's some of the things that male talents can do to help girls relax and get in the right mind state, get in the right mood for about to doing a boy-girl scene?
I think the most important thing for male talents to be is just communicative and outgoing and comfortable. When they're acting a little quiet and standoffish at first, that can make you question, okay, is this going to go smoothly? Are they going to honor my limits? Are they going to, because not only do they need to perform, we need to perform. And if we're in pain, if we're uncomfortable, if things aren't flowing right, if they don't smell good, if something is wrong, then it's going to show on our damn face, and we try to hide that. And then, in the end, we don't get our best scene. And that's a shame. I feel like, I've had that happen a time or two. So, and then in the end, you feel like you're wasting your damn time. So I feel it's very important, not only when we work with male talent, to get reviews of other, to see what other, we need to be safe and make sure other people had a good experience with them first, especially if we're going to meet them alone. And then I like when we discuss those limits in the beginning. So most people do, get right down to that, checking tests, making sure that, what are your limits? What are mine? What are your yeses and nos? Let's get that on the table first. Let's talk about what positions we're going to be in. What do you prefer? What do I prefer? So that at least, even if don't know, because some things are just spontaneous, but at least there's some sort of flow without without skipping a beat. Where are we going to come? Where's this going to happen? And then that really, really helps. And when someone is outgoing and direct and into discussing that kind of stuff with you with ease, then it works out really well. And then, it'll probably even be enjoyable. That nice. But when it's not, and someone's in a mood, or if they are just acting like they're not into it or don't want to be there, or I don't know, something, then it makes it really difficult. And then it's a really long, drawn out scene and additional effort. Sometimes you want to just give up.
Yeah, but see, cause I'm sitting here watching you, one of your videos. Well, not one of the videos, but one of the trailers, getting railed by Long Dick Hottie. And what's interesting about this scene is that y'all on the couch, which I got to give it to y'all. Y'all work the fuck out that couch. And people don't realize that us fucking on camera yes, it's fun. We enjoy it. We do get our orgasms, but it's not like fucking off camera. And the
Right.
positions may be uncomfortable and stuff, of that nature. What have you? Speak to that.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely, like you said, we're human beings, so of course those things feel good. It is enjoyable at times, like I said, if all the elements are right, but it is work. And so a lot of times, who knows how many scenes we've done that day, especially at a content event. Sometimes, it is uncomfortable, the positions that we're trying to get, but we're trying to make it look real good. You're straining for a while, trying to, stay that way. There's a lot of elements, but that scene was actually, really awesome. I have a lot of fun with a lot of my scenes, because I choose people I work with, and I make sure that we have that vibe so that it goes well, and an understanding. But yeah, Burgundy is super sexy, and he knows how to move.
Yeah, because he ate the pussy in this one. And see, you don't see Mel Town eat pussy too often.
Exactly. Yeah.
He got in there. I said, oh, he ate the pussy. That would caught my attention.
Yes, and his tongue is long as fuck, and then he was getting up, giving me some dick, and then going down to the pussy. I was like, damn, what the hell? I was like, this is awesome.
He had your toes curling, boo boo. He had your toes curling, okay?
I was screaming. And that was legit. There was no acting there.
I can see you in your face like, oh shit. Damn, what the fuck?
That's all real. Yeah, that was fucking real.
See, had you had a scene where it didn't go so well?
I did, yeah.
How did you handle it?
Honestly, there was one moment where I had to take a little break, and I came back to it, and I try. If you talk to anybody I've worked with, you know that I'm not one who's complaining, especially if you talk to the producers. I try to be easy to work with. I know they're trying to get their, content. I'm trying to get paid my job the best that I can. And so I know it's not their fault if things aren't going well with a male talent. And so I know it's difficult for them too, because they have things that need to function correctly and need to be get themselves right for that. And sometimes things are extended. And so I took a little break, came right back, and I pushed forward. I'm one of those that just push forward, and I try to get it done. And during, I'm just praying for it to end.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times as a male talent, because it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna ask you this for this specific shoot. What was it that made it difficult? Was it was no chemistry? What was the feeling that you was getting?
I think even when there's, things come out wonderfully when there's chemistry, but even when there's no chemistry, you can still work together to get something done. However, I think it's when someone comes and they're not giving you any energy. So it seems like, are you here? Are you awake? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Did you get a little too stoned beforehand? You know what I'm saying? Something is amiss. And then that makes it a little awkward. And then when they have to keep stopping because something's wrong, then it just prolongs the whole thing. And that's what kept happening. And in the end, we got something done, but it was long.
Was this a content shoot or was this a paid one?
It was a paid shoot, yeah.
Okay, then, yeah. Because if people don't realize, and you can speak to this the intensity of a paid shoot is way different than the content trade shoot because it's money on the table. Speak to that.
Right, it is. And I had already done one scene that day, and the day actually happened to start later because of some circumstances with the photographer, videographer, and it was a long ass day. And I'm wearing lingerie, heels, and shit, and it was hot as hell because it's Miami in the summer, and yeah, so like I said, if I don't get this done, I don't get paid. I took the time to come over here and travel all the way from LA. It takes a long ass time. And I'm exhausted. I usually, like back then, would take a red eye, so I was on very little sleep. And I'm doing, my job, so I need them to do theirs. And there was a part. I was almost to that point where I was going to say, this is it. It's not going to work out. I can't. But thankfully it did, and got paid and moved on. But every other time, I've had great experiences with everybody else. Just sometimes people are off their game, and that's going to happen. It's just part of it.
Yeah. So when it comes to the content trade, especially with male talent, what do a guy have to bring to the table other than a big dick for you to say content trade? Because you have shot with some of the best of the best. And I truly believe that one, iron sharpens iron, and two, your brand. Because I was always taught the way that they see you, the way the world see you first, they expect that from here on out. So how do you pick and choose who you work with when it comes to your content trade, especially with men? And how should they approach you?
Well, I always look, if I'm approached, I look at their site, how legitimate they are, so there's a bunch of males. Honestly, I get contacted at least daily. If not daily,
I'm pretty sure. They dudes be sitting there looking at that ass going up down your feet. Like, I got you.
And I think a lot of us do. And with the OnlyFans becoming so huge, anybody just make one, and then they say, "Hey, I made an OnlyFans account. I'm verified on there. I'm a male talent." But that's not how it works. And you look at their link, either they don't have any and no following on social media, or they have a link with no posts or no nothing on there, and it's like, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? You're a fan who needs to get in my booking email. You know what I mean? So I won't work with anybody like that. I need to make sure that the person who I work with is established, because being established not only means that you're bringing something to the table, as well as far as skill, following that we share. You see, my followers will see you, your followers will see me, and I get something from that. Also, knowing how it goes. If someone, I'm not trying to teach someone while we're working. You can pay for my time, or I can try to give some advice. There's a lot of new people that I help, and I'm always known for that. But I'm way too busy catching my own bag to sit here and teach some other people what to do, because that takes a lot of time. And you need to have experience and know what's going on, how to hold the girl, to feature her, how to open up, like I was talking about, everything. And I've tried to work with a new person, and the entire time I was teaching them what to do, and I just don't want to do that. So
I'm gonna tell you my experience with dealing with new male talent. Can't get it up, can't keep it up, can't bust a nut, or they just don't fucking show up.
Well, that too. Right. Yeah. I get it.
Because it's like, men is different. We have to be able to keep it hard and pop on cue, and it was like, even for me being a male talent / producer, I wanted to give the reins to somebody, but finding somebody that would equal my intensity, would equal my professionalism. Because I just didn't want, because see, that's the thing of it is, with us as men, we have to toe the line of being professional and not becoming or looking thirsty. And because we have to move a little differently than women do in this business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, because without y'all, we can't make money.
True.
Because I don't give a damn how fine, how big his dick is. He's not going to sell out a shitload of fucking jerk off videos. The toy's gonna get boring and everything. So it's kind of like with men, they have to walk in with how can I put this? They have to walk in with their mind right. And what people don't realize too, which I want you to speak to, and I know you he takes forever to get there, is there's mental prep for us to do these shoots.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do mental prep. Speak to the mental prep that you do when you know you have a shoot coming
up. Definitely cleanliness. Being clean. You want to make sure that you got the right outfits on if you're going to do a collab. I always make sure, you got the Listerine going on, you have supplies. I make sure I have lube and extra things, the lighting and all that kind of stuff, because it's all important. So when someone's not prepared with that kind of stuff, if they come with stank ass breath, if it doesn't seem like they're freshly showered, those kinds of things, volumes, in what kind of scene we're gonna get, because it just, you don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, but I also see that now you do a lot of traveling. I see you do a lot of parties. You know what I'm saying? With the girls or what have you, and you don't see that a lot in the game anymore, because that used to be something that was present when I was active. The BBW parties, girls traveling together, meeting fans together and stuff like that. Speak to the advantage of traveling with some of these girls and working with some of these girls in a party, meeting, greeting atmosphere, and how it benefits.
Oh, it really does. Well, as far as the meet and greet things, it's fun because we feed off each other. And if we're in a position where we're not feeling it, we can always be into each other, and that's something to fall back on. As far as traveling and doing our bookings and fan meets and things like that, it's extremely more comfortable to travel with someone because it's safe. If we're out there doing our thing and we're meeting people, of course we screen or we use references and things like this. We all have our own thing, but having someone with you and to experience not only the travel and the sightseeing of the new place that you're in, but also just being able to know, okay, someone's here and knows I'm gonna be if something's wrong, they're here to back me up. If we have an adjoining room or they're downstairs or something like that, they're gonna check on me when that time comes. We can do doubles together. I actually love that. I travel with friends. I go to these parties, the content parties, especially like Girls Gone Wireless. I was talking to you about it here, and they're super fun. Fans can come. The next one we're doing in Vegas, June 2nd to the 5th. We have 3 tiers of tickets, so it's fun. Every fan that comes just wants to come back. So I love those parties. And then I'm going to be traveling around with my girl Chanel Barbie. I love her to death. We're live close by to each other. We're doing something tonight and with Chloe Klein, and so the 3 of us are going to be out, meeting people and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's always we always, all of us agree that it's important when you can travel with someone, because it gets lonely too on the off time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can believe that. Shoot, because it's a lot of traveling, and because a lot of y'all girls, y'all travel hard. Y'all go hard. Say even some of the male talent, even with Finney, I be looking at Finney like every time I look up, he is going somewhere.
Yes, love Finney. We're close. I love him to death, and he is someone that I admire a ton because his business ethic is just on point. His creativity and just the way he handles himself, how consistent he is in his work and everything. It's just bomb. He is definitely of everything that he has gotten as far as his following and everything at this point.
definitely. So now my fans know what it is, and you know what time it is. This is the time of the show where the pussies go dry, the dicks go limp. Let's talk about the business. So yes, Miss Lady, we about to get to the crux. Because you've been in this business 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You've worked with the best. I'm just recycling everything that we talked about. People don't understand the ups and downs of the money of this business. They don't understand the work that goes behind the scenes to make this damn money. I want you to speak to the first misconceptions that people think that when you walk into this business, you're going to make a shitload of money, and they don't understand the ups and downs of it.
Well, I think that there's a lot of people, especially because with the popularity of everything, they think once they put on that OnlyFans and post a couple of things on Twitter or whatever, that money's just going to start rolling in. And it just doesn't work like that. It takes a ton of time, energy, skill. There's things we have to learn. It's not just us getting fucked and putting it on the computer. I mean, uploading it to our sites. We legitimately have to. We're a business, so we're doing marketing. We're doing our bookkeeping. We're doing our budgeting. Any arrangements. We're also learning how to edit our videos and try to be creative as far as that goes with these programs that are pretty extensive, and finding out different apps that work for this and that every day in order to keep consistent on our social media and our following up and increasing. We have to post every single day, at least once in the 24-hour period. Not only do we have to create the content or take the photos and that kind of thing, but you also have to upload them, then edit them, and then schedule those posts. It's a lot of work. Even just editing one damn video and then creating the trailer for it and then creating the cover for it and then this or that for the social media and stuff like that. I mean, it's a lot of damn time. And there's actually a ton of content that I sit on just because it takes that much damn time. So it's a lot of work. And sometimes if you don't get your ass out there every damn day, it's 24/7 job, honestly. There's no like checking in, checking out, having your free time. You really want to make this business and make the amount of money that everybody you see is making, you have to work your ass all day, every day. There's no days off. And if you do, expect a drop in what you're making or what your following is. And then there's times when things are different in the world. Sometimes, hey, feels like what the hell's going on, things are slow right now, the holidays are coming, people aren't buying as much stuff, so there's a lot of preparation you have to make as far as that goes too. So it's a lot of work, and not everybody's gonna make that money if you're not prepared to put in all of that effort and time.
Yes. So I see that you run the gamut when it comes to scenes. And you expand your repertoire in many ways. You do fetish, you do boy girl, you do all that. How do you come up with the variety type scenes so that one, you will not bore your fan base and you give them variety? Where do you come up with your inspiration, your creativity for some of the scenes that you come up with?
Well, I've always been a bit creative and a bit weirdo in my head, I think. So I've always, if before porn, I was creating kind of like little artistic things, and even writing porn or reason in my head. So for me, being able to do porn and bring some of this stuff to life has been like extremely fun. And I love cosplay as well. To be honest, there's a lot of ideas I have, and even a lot of things that I've purchased as far as costumes, props, everything that I haven't even used, even from when I first started, just because I haven't had time. But there are a ton of ideas, a ton of things that are coming up for me. I think it's just you think about things that you like. For me, I like cult classic movies. I like horror. I like 80s kind of things. I love fetish. I love being dark, dirty, nasty. I like a little bit of dominating. I also like being a sub, so I'm definitely a switch. So I think I like to bring all.
Girl, stop! You speaking to a dom's heart. You speaking to a dom's heart. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I just like to think about weird, fun things that would be entertaining, but also unique. sometimes I feel like, okay, am I going a little too far with this idea? Or how am I going to execute this idea? So there's been delays on some of those things, but I think for the most part, I like stuff that really stands out. And I feel like to this point, I haven't really been able to do a lot of that yet. So that's my goal for this year.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, the thing of it is to, in many ways, we kind of reinvent ourselves in every scene.
Mm-hmm.
You know, period. Because like I'm sitting looking at your pictures, and first of all, thank you for wearing heels.
Mm-hmm.
I always thank girls because it's funny. I know my fans like, why you thank the girls for wearing heels? Because motherfuckers don't wear them no goddamn more.
Right.
Prerequisite being a fucking porn star, damn near model. If you want to be honest, say the best is not the most comfortable ones. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. So I dare say that you're not only striving to be a sex symbol, but you're striving to be, you give the look of pinup. Speak to creating the image of a sex symbol and why that is important. And plus, on top of that, the fact that you're BBW doing it.
That's funny you say that because I would say maybe about 10 years or so ago, I used to do pinup stuff, pinup model.
Yeah.
I was in a couple of magazines and I have a
Yeah,
calendar.
I can tell by the way you do. You know how to pose, boo. You know how to pose. You know how to work them curves.
Yeah. I think also it's just part of maybe me being the exhibitionist I have. I've always, it, like I say, it turns me on when people are looking at me and moving those sensuous ways. I'm very passionate and sensual and seductive by nature. So I think those parts of me come out in the way that I move and portray myself. So that assists me in my posing, in featuring my curves and knowing what is going to look best and what's going to pop my booty out more, what's going to feature whatever part of my body that I'm trying to feature, because there's a lot. So
it's a nice lot too. I just want to let you know that because I'm just loving these furry heels with the that go around the ankle. I love your shoe game.
Oh, thank you.
As you can tell, I love heels. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, he got a. You work with Samaj too.
Oh yeah, I love Samaj.
Yo, he did a massage scene with you. See, I used to love doing them oil massage scenes. Mm-hmm. Especially if you know how to do a massage. See, that's the kicker. It has to look real. It just can't be just rubbing her just for the fuck of it. No.
Right.
Give her a real massage.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that is like one of my favorite types of scenes. Even before I did porn, I used to watch those just because it's so sensual and you don't know what's coming. There's a buildup and then rubbing around the pussy area first. You know, it's like a tease. It builds up that emotion and passion and also that anticipation. I love that. It's awesome.
Yeah, because I think that's what's missing in porn nowadays. There's not enough sensualness. You know, just pound, face fuck. And to me, I say this to any male talent: you got to understand, you got to be able to pace it, because fans want to see that fans, even it's a straight fuck scene, they want to be taken on a ride.
Right.
You know, they don't want to sit there and watch you pound the shower for 15 minutes. Nigga, long show the dick for a second, you know?
Yes, I agree. Exactly. I think everybody now, even at the content events, is just trying, even though we're trying to get content, and get things done as quick as possible so we can get as much as we need. But I think it's important to also have quality of it and uniqueness of it. And everybody is into just doing this gonzo thing where you get in and get out. But for me, my goal this time is to really get something in the beginning, a little bit of build up, a little bit of personality there. It doesn't have to be long, but you know what I'm saying? Like a little passion, rub me first, worship my curves a little bit first, build up to that, get me wet first. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just try to, come in and stick your dick in my pussy right away. It's not the same.
I could not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate straight fuck scenes. I never. It like this. The only time I really did straight fuck scenes was when, like, I might do one within the mix of us doing our content trade, just to have one for it. But I was a role play dude. We gonna come up with some type of scenario to play out. We got if you down for kiss, we gonna kiss. You know, and the whole nine. Because to me, people want the storyline, even though it seems like in this day and age they don't know, they do. And go ahead, what you about to say?
Oh, I was saying yes. I completely agree. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and not only that, it also makes the scene central because it gives you more of a realistic vibe than we just gonna fuck the brakes off each other. Period. Because it seemed like ever since OnlyFans took over, that's what everybody want to do, just straight fuck scenes. It's just no creativity, not like it used to be. I swear, it's kind of disappointing.
I completely agree. I totally agree, and I had already told myself, this time around, I'm not going to have people just say, "Oh no, let's just do a Gonzo scene." I'm definitely going to, in my collabs coming up, I want a start. I want
I want to see Monique Leslie as the hot, MILF the next door. I want to see you as a stewardess. I want the nerd,
Yeah, I even have some spots picked out that are themed places you can rent that I plan to shoot in and do, some different kinds of things like that. So I'm excited.
You live on the West Coast, man. It's so much you can do with that shit out on the West Coast.
Yes.
It's like
we have a lot of over here. There's a lot of places that are really cool, and I'm super excited to get going with them.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm gonna talk to you about Girls Gone Wild because this thing been popping. Mm-hmm. All right. So and on my podcast, we keeps it fucking real here. We don't bullshit around. We don't sugarcoat shit.
Okay.
So I've talked to Kylie BBW about it, and she touts it. She touts it, period. And I'm gonna ask you this because have you done other content houses outside of Girl Gone Wildest?
Yeah, the only other ones that I've done is like I said, Eliza Allure would do a couple of times over here in LA, and Girls Gone Wildest is the only other one I have done, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to me, I think Girls Gone Wildest is kind of changing the game because they charge people to come. They charge talent to show up. Okay. Do you think when someone pays to be a part to play, that it makes them come with more of a business mind state and less foolishness, which in turn makes it productive? Speak to that.
Absolutely. I think that when people are there and they have to pay and bring their stuff and there's limited time and we have a great space to shoot in, which is the reason why we do pay, what we need to pay, that we can have an amazing big ass house to shoot that will just, it gives you the perfect backdrop. There's all these amenities like the pool, jacuzzi, this and that, so it gives us a great space to shoot with a lot of areas and bedrooms and different backgrounds. But you're exactly correct in saying that when people pay, they come legit. There's no fucking around. Hopefully there's no damn time because they're on their own dime now. And everybody that comes because you have to pay, they're all about their business. So people are looking to get work done just like you are and get quality content just like you are. It's not, like some bootleg talent come over trying to get some, just trying to fuck people, you know what I mean? So I think it's great. It's I enjoy them. I look forward to them. I love Stay Ready and Kendra and the whole crew. Like I said, we're like family, all of us, and we legit have each other's backs. And I know that the Girls Gone Wireless brand is going to grow tremendously. I'm sure. They just moved located to Vegas, and I know they're going to grow there because there's just so many opportunities. And this upcoming one, I think it's a great idea to have the fans be able to come. We're always getting hit up on how to shoot, even for new people who want to be a talent. It's a great place for them to come and get a vibe for it, to shoot with people and actually legitimately go home with their content. Whether they're going to sell it or not, and they just keep it for their own use or whatever, they do. And they provide all the videographers, photographers, quality ones at that. And the food, they have usually a chef there offering the food, and it flows well. We have group things that we use for promo. And so we have outfits that we're going to bring and plans. Sometimes everything that we plan on doing, there's just no time for, but at least we all have an idea of what's going on and we're getting shit done. and enjoying ourselves, seeing each other, and and at the end of the night, then we get to chill a little bit, party a little bit, drink a little bit, get in the jacuzzi and pool, and hang out, and that's where it's at. It really works out.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here stuck on one of your pictures where you got your tongue out and you had the cat ears. You said good morning. I'm like, that's a fuck. I'm sitting there like, just looking. It's kind of like one of the pictures that you were like, damn, I want to kiss you type pictures. You know how to take some fucking pictures. Speaking as a photographer, period. So like I said, you briefly mentioned that you're somewhat into the BDSM a little bit. Do you practice, and how much? If you do, how much in the lifestyle are you?
Well, when I was younger, I used to spend a lot of time in West Hollywood, where they had bondage balls,
Oh
fetish
God.
clubs. There was a place called Dungeon. I used to just probably 4 days a week go down to West Hollywood in these different clubs. So I loved the vibe. I loved being around the mixed genders and the genderless restrooms, and everybody just back then so many things were taboo. I'm talking like the
Mhm.
late 90s or early 2000s kind of thing. And so, things weren't as open as they are right now. So going to places like that where you can feel free and feel like you and feel at home was just awesome. So I was
Mhm.
more so into going places, and you get a cage, you sit on first, you get spanked, whipped. I definitely was into getting spanked and whipped. Um,
God,
you get to have the
that
girls
place
go.
sounds so fun.
Yeah. Um, and I had actually some experience in also being the Dom, where a male would approach and want you to, want to pay you to spend time with them, even though that isn't something I'm professional in. It's not
Mhm.
something that I've been trained in, but we all have that natural ability to maybe have that within us. So I don't claim that as a title, but I do enjoy providing it within reason, and what I'm comfortable in. I don't try to portray something and try to provide something that I'm not able to or equipped to or skilled to. But I have provided pegging and
Really?
humiliation. Yeah, and
So you have big dick energy. Okay, but go ahead.
yeah, I'm down to provide that kind of thing. I'm not one to inflict a lot of pain and that kind of thing, but I think I'm more of a nurturing type. I will have fun with you, laugh at you, humiliate you a little bit, but
Mhm.
also take care of you. So that's kind of like my vibe. Um, and
So you are you a switch or you just a dom?
I'm definitely a switch. So I think
Okay.
I'm even more comfortable, depending on my mood, but I think I'm even more comfortable being the sub. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, I don't I like to be on a leash. But then I don't mind putting someone in a leash. I like the all fours thing, being like the kitty with the tail, the butt plug tail kind of vibe. Or
So you like the primal?
yeah, I like to be put
Uh,
over things. I like I like
oh
to
god,
be
there's a turn on to see those like tail anal plugs. Oh
yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like to be chill a little bit. Um, Definitely commanded, but in a loving way, in that you're my boss, but I let you be that way kind of thing.
God,
And yeah, so I definitely have experience in all that.
because now I'm gonna ask you this then: will we be expecting you? Are you in? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm getting tongue tied out of this piece. Just looking at your pictures is kind of distracting. Um, are we? Will we be seeing you doing any gangbangs? Or have you done gangbangs?
Just a reverse gangbang, so it's all the girls, but
Yeah.
I want to for sure. The only thing that is the issue at times is the lack of numbers in the male talent available at some of the events. And
Yeah.
then if they are, you're taking all of their shots that can be given to other girls that are waiting there as well. So it's kind of like a courtesy thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to, and I hope to. I can't wait.
So how many men would you want in your perfect gangbang?
Let's see. I'd say, ooh, that's a lot of work. Let's see. I'd say maybe five.
Five. That's not
Yeah.
bad. That's not bad. And do you do anal?
I don't.
Okay. Oh no, that ain't a bad thing. I mean,
I know people say staying with this fat ass booty, but I it's so funny. Younger, I used to love that shit. I used to enjoy it. I used to want it, ask for it, and I don't know what the fuck happened when I got older. It's just like I don't know. It's not as comfortable. I don't know what the hell's going on. There was
it could be like when you was young, you drank a lot, but when you got older, it's like you don't want to drink. It's kind of
exactly. That was a transition phase that happened at some point, and
yeah.
I don't know. I may, but if I do,
Because the reason why I say that because it seemed like from talking to a lot of girls that this became the year of anal. Because a lot of girls are now trying or doing, well, not even fucking trying, they're doing more anal scenes. Period. Because I've been saying this myself because porn became so normalized, now it's starting to become extreme.
right?
A little bit more extreme because now I started seeing the uptick in vomiting and everything.
Oh yeah.
Call me sick, it's kind of a turn on, but I'm just a sick fuck like that. I'm sorry. But I'm a sick sexual person, I'm telling you. But the thing of it is with that, do you feel pressure to keep up or you don't give a shit?
I don't give a shit. I think like I said, we all bring our own thing to the table, and there's an audience for it all. So I do want to be creative and provide a variety, but I don't feel pressured to do the anal or the vomiting. Even though I get requested of that from the male talent. They're like, yeah, I throw up on my dick. I'm like, you know what? No, because I don't want to be that acid stinks. The vomit stinks. I'm not down. But then I'm down for other things. Like I'm very on by taboo situations. I don't mind peeing and stuff like that. There's certain things that
I would have worked with you, but go ahead.
So there's a give and take. Some things I'm cool with, some things I'm not, just like everybody.
Yeah, because the thing of it is that I tell anybody, it's what makes you feel comfortable. Don't do what you wouldn't normally do in your bedroom.
Right.
It's especially with anal because, and I know you done heard the conversation with girls. Even with vomiting, it's a prep to that. With anal, it's a prep to that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that they just got their asses on camera and the dude just went in the ass. These girls been prepping their ass for a week
right.
to their shoot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight up, even when I talked to a girl, Taylor Nicole, because she's into the vomiting, and she had a prep for vomiting. I said, well, which lets people know how professional our shit is. We just don't get out there and just do shit. It's a focus and a thought process and an execution behind it.
Exactly, that's for sure.
Yeah, because it just
have issues. And then the issues, you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah, because to me, it's like even with me, like the week of a shoot, I'm mentally getting prepped. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a producer and you're the talent. Because it's to the point, like with you, I'm pretty sure you do this. Like when you're about to shoot with a talent, you probably walk in the room and you do some Sherlock Holmes shit where you imagine the scene before it even happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, okay, he's gonna have me right here with my leg up. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be on that table, doggy style. He gonna fuck the brakes off of me.
Right. Exactly. You have to.
So, okay, then I always talk to BBWs about this because I always hear this. And I see that you ride dick or what have you. Do you love riding dick?
I do. I do love riding dick because I feel like it gets deep. And I do think that it's necessary because I love the way that my ass looks when it's jumping up on top and slapping on that dick. It just looks like it puts, it's my ass and it puts me in a trance. So I think it looks good like doing that. Also, it just feels good. As far as reverse, depending on what it is, I do it and I enjoy it. But the thing is sometimes my legs are pretty big and thick. So going around someone, if they're able to, if the dick is big enough and me holding up, they're able to hold me up. Because I have a lot of weight in the front with the boobs and belly and that kind of thing. So if it can work out and they're strong enough to hold me and that kind of thing, then I'm down for it. But there's all those elements that have to be
Yeah.
taken in consideration when you're heavier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, I used to have girls be like, I'm too big. I'm like, no, trust me, I can hold you up, boo. Don't
Yeah.
think that I'm weak.
Yeah.
Get your ass on top. Stop playing.
I think the only thing sometimes I struggle with is because my legs are short and my thighs are so big that
Mhm.
sometimes getting them around a person and then in the situation,
Mhm.
there's no space because my
Mhm.
my leg to like the knee to the upper thigh is very short. So there's some of
Now
those
I'm
little
gonna give you a
struggles.
technique that you didn't think about that
Hmm.
gonna help you with that. When you're on top riding the guy, especially cowgirl, take your feet and intertwine it into his inner thigh to where your knees is up on his thigh. You get what I'm coming from?
Okay.
And what they're able you to do is because you have short legs, it'll make you be able to control it, and he can get to you even better. And it'll widen your legs a little bit more. You feel me? Like when you do your doggy style pose where you point your toes
Hmm.
inward,
Yeah.
do that when you on top of him. To where
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Plus
Yeah.
the visual from behind, especially when you're wearing heels,
Hmm.
if you do that, watch that ride sequence, I guarantee you, and make sure that the photographer take a picture. And plus, on top of that, enable you to be able to turn your body to where you can be looking back at the camera type situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Okay. Yeah.
see,
Try that.
see. I told you I'm the Jay Alexander of the porn business people. I can teach these girls how to walk the runway if they want me to. I'm just saying. Yeah, because see, people don't realize it's the little things that make a scene great.
Hmm.
You know, it's just the positioning. It could be your faces. It could be just, you know what I'm saying, the little tidbit things that you say during sex or what have you
Right.
and stuff. And just because I remember I saw that visual on another girl that did it. I'm gonna get one of my girls to do that shit because that shit just looked hot. And the picture, and you can see the heel just pointing in. That shit was a beautiful visual. And
Yeah. I could see.
booty and them thick thighs, I know that shit would look hot, especially in the picture.
Okay. I see you. I'm gonna try that.
See, I always help people out. I can't help it. You know. So, oh my goodness. So, Miss Lay, I just want to say this right now. I'm gonna bring your butt back. You know you coming back. You know you coming back.
Okay.
So let me see what I can ask you before I let you go about it here. So, when you deal with your fans, as well as male talents or what have you, we have certain misconceptions that we run into, especially women. Because of course they think that we don't have jobs, they don't think we married or what have you. I'm not asking you about your so whether you single or you married or anything. I ain't asking you to divulge that, any of that, period. But it's just the misconceptions that we deal with. What are some of the misconceptions that you run into, that you have ran into in your 2 years in this business?
Well, I think some people have the misconception that we automatically, make so much money, so they don't want to pay for what we have because they think that we have enough money that we've made. And it is like, there's a lot of expenses that go into what we make.
Mm-hmm.
If you see Finney traveling around, how much is he paying for all them flights and hotels and girls that
At
don't show
TTS,
up?
I know he's kicking out 2,000 a
Yeah,
month.
exactly. And girls that don't show up. So many people want to be him, but like, are you going to put all that in? It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
For us, we have, money that we're putting into constantly to shooting with people, to traveling to meet them,
Mm-hmm.
doing our editing, how much it costs for all of these subscriptions for the apps and the platforms that we use, for all of the taxes that we pay and the fees for our website domains and the percentages that the websites take first off.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's just a lot of money that goes into things, and it's not like we're just getting rich automatically off everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we should be charging more for what we're doing, but because there's so
Yeah.
much things that are free out there, I mean, we have to keep things within reason or whatever. But But yeah, that's a huge misconception. And then also, shit, I wasn't thinking about something else. Um, I think, oh shit, I just lost it.
Because because the thing of it is that we had to fight these misconceptions on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And to segue from there, also, how do you navigate the changes in the business? Because, of course, as you know, many hashtags have been banned. Certain scenes will get flagged or what have you. Period. How do you navigate that now?
Well, there's a lot of things that are changing. For instance, I had been creating my own website, MoniqueLeslie.com, which has not launched yet. It was almost done, and then MasterCard changed all the rules about the releases and the documentation and things like that we have to have. So now I have to create profiles, and some of those releases for those scenes I had not gotten at that time in that way. So I have to now acquire those, and certain things are on hold, which has caused a delay. So then I have to go on these sites and start marketing those a different way. On Twitter, we have to keep abreast of what the rules are, because they'll straight take your thing away. That and IG, we're always getting deleted, but Twitter, you have to be careful with your hashtags. You have to be careful with the links that you put in, how often, because you'll start to look like spam or a bot. And we used to have retweet groups where we'd grow like that and retweet each other's content and share it, but they banned that now. So there's not much that we can do besides interact with each other on social media to grow. It's just not the same anymore. And then with OnlyFans, they're continuously changing their terms of service. And taking a lot of our scenes away, our posts, taking them away, taking longer to get approved when we do post things on different sites. And so it's a huge issue, but we have to keep making sure that we're checking on what those things are, so that we don't completely lose all that we worked for. And it's a lot, and a lot of it's legal mumbo jumbo and that kind of thing. So I think the main thing for anybody, they just have to keep on top of all of that shit, and it's a lot.
Because see, I said this when I came in the game. They used to say you wasn't a real porn star because you had to stand on site. I think it's going to head back to that. Mm-hmm. Because even with me, with my standalone site, my two standalone sites, BCM Triple X Amateurs and Black Bull Sessions, I have no issues with, like, I have race play scenes, I have rape play scenes, because I also do BDSM a whole lot. Mm-hmm. And I have no issues placing them and naming them with no issue. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Within reason of what I'm going to name, because just certain things I'm just not going to name the motherfucker. But, to me, and what I learned from the business is that because it's a standalone site and it's more controlled versus I'm on ManyVids or I'm on Pornhub, they don't really bother the standalone sites too tough. Period. Because you got girls that do scat. You got girls that do, the water. Man, they try to ban water sports.
Yeah.
And I heard some sites you can't even say gangbang. I'm sitting there like, it's kind of like you're making something which is porn, which was never meant to be PC, was never designed to be PC, to become PC.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
everybody's sensitive with the terms nowadays. The thing is, though, is I can see that in the real world, regular society, like that. But porn is always supposed to be fantasy.
Escape. Yeah.
It's fantasy and it's escape, and we're selling a fantasy. And so it shouldn't be taken with the same sensitivity, because the people that are there looking for that type of scene or that genre, they're there for it. You know what I mean? And if you don't want to look at that, then don't look for it. You know what I mean? Don't look it up. So I think it's kind of ridiculous when they get real sensitive with even the taboo terms or the while sleeping or the dad daughter, all that. It doesn't mean just because someone and the things that we all get off on in our own heads are secret to us sometimes. And so, and sometimes that's dirty old shit that we would never do in real life, but it's just something that turns us on for some reason. in a sexual way. So we look at it. So having the dad daughter or having this and that doesn't mean that someone is
A pedophile.
exactly. It's just a little kink, and that's what kinks are, and fetishes. So sometimes that bothers me a lot because those are the kind of things that I like to do, and now I have to navigate, like you say, around what I can offer and do, because of these things that are constantly changing. And then you if you do anything wrong, then there's a threat of being canceled or that kind of thing, and I see that happen. So it's a lot.
Yeah, because it was at one time where you didn't have to give all those IDs, 257s. All you had to do was submit your shit.
Mhm.
Period. But when the influx of people coming into our business, it changed everything because now there's no gatekeeping. Anybody can do it. So now you got so many people doing it, and they're doing it crazily and irresponsibly, to say the least. Period. Because it's just funny when I sit here and thought about it. I said to somebody today, I've never known a public sex scenes to be the norm in porn. I mean, seriously, straight up, it's like solos was far in between. Now that's the norm. Period. That's the reason why I said porn is moving to more extreme, where BDSM is now an anal and the gangbangs and the bukakis, because the stuff that we would consider extreme 5 or 6 years ago now is normal shit.
Right.
Because everybody do it, because they saw everybody else doing it.
Right.
I'm just like, God damn. Everybody want to go through McDonald's with a goddamn bullet. What the fuck, yo?
Yeah, exactly. Or you see like in the aisle of the grocery store or some shit, or the dressing room or in your car. Yeah, that's all popular right now. But
Now I'm
they've
gonna ask
been
you.
banning that. They have banned all that shit too. So
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of crazy. Now I'm gonna ask you this: you being a BBW, did you think that the BBWs were so popular in the business like they are when you walked in?
well, I'll tell you this. A lot of the weight that I have right now, I gained during COVID. So even though I gained 70 pounds actually, but so I'm not used to normally in my life being this BBW. But
Mm-hmm.
I've always been very thick and curvy. And growing up, like I said, in the 90s and early 2000s, like that was considered fat. And when I look back at my photos, I'm thinking like that's thin. So my whole life I've had that kind of feeling that I was big, even though I wasn't. And so, yeah, you have that little bit of insecurity, even though you're confident and you sell it and everything like that. You have that thought that there's certain things that you cannot do, and that's just the way it was. Those are the days with the Kate Moss models, and the everything was different. And so nowadays, when things started changing and different models were being seen in a different way, and people are getting the BBLs, and plus size models are now actual legitimate models with large companies and like Tess Holiday and that kind of thing. It's great, and that kind of makes the rest of us feel a little bit more comfortable to come out. Hey, we can do that too. That's what we've always wanted to do. I can do that also. And so when I was looking at things, I kind of still thought, I wonder if there's a market for me. And I looked at many vids, and I saw Destiny Diaz, and I was already a fan of Sophia Rose. And when I'm looking at what they're doing, and I'm seeing the scenes and the things, and I say, that's definitely something that I can do, and they're killing it. So I mean, that made me feel like, damn, this is it. I mean, this is what I want to be doing.
Yeah, because from a guy that been in the business 15 with over 20 years and time 15 and made his bones with BBWs. BBWs always set the trend in this business. Ask Liza Allure, she'll tell you. They always set the trends. They the ones they were the main ones doing content trade when content trade wasn't even cool. You feel me?
Yeah.
Period. And it's funny how the BBWs, like I said, set everything up and then everybody else followed. So it's because it's like when I always had a conversation with girls, they be like, I didn't think big girls would sell like that. And then when I started, oh God, I'm like, yeah, because motherfuckers like big girls. And two, if you're a curvy big girl, it's on. It's
right.
on. And then on top of that, interracial, very on. You get me?
Yeah, true. That's true. You know, I think it's funny because we still feel like there's a lot of places where we're not accepted, you know, and
Oh, yeah,
we do what
facts.
we do what we do, and we do the best that we can do, and we try to branch out and hopefully open up other doors. But there, it's a fact that there's just a big limitation to what we can do, and
Mhm.
that's different from the regular size girls. So it's funny to me when I see some of them on whether it's on sites or anything like that, tagging the BBW tag, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
You got you got all these opportunities, and now you're over here trying to tag the BBW tag.
It be funny. She be like 180. I'm a BBW. No, 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 boo. No. You just thick. You just thick. You're not, no. You're a beautiful woman. You're not big. No.
Yeah, and you know what? I know for a fact that the thick plump girls, they get lumped, you know, in the middle there because they're
Yeah.
not okay with the other ones. So I'm okay with them coming to the BBW side. But when
Yeah.
when someone is thin, I mean, and normal, you know, like regular size and all that kind of stuff, then I mean, and tagging the BBW, that's like, come on,
Most
you don't need to
definitely,
be
boo.
coming over here. Yeah,
Oh my God, most definitely. So, Miss Lady, I know I done held you on here long enough. I really enjoyed you. So, like, I ask everybody, whether they're man or woman, or well, I don't never have children on this motherfucker. This grown folks shit here. The question I always ask them: will you be my smoke buddy?
of course.
Most definitely. You heard it, people. She will be back on this podcast because I bring people, my smoke buddies, back a lot, so my fans will really get to know you.
Yeah,
And you also will get to hear her on the Premium Smoke Room. That is my subscriber side of this podcast. For $4.99 a month, you get to hear 5 premium podcasts weekly. And you get to hear her. And what's the difference between the lounge and Premium Smoke Room? We get more nastier, get more candid, way more honest, and yeah, we bring way more smoke. You feel me? So with that being said, tell everybody where they can spend money on you.
they can spend money on me at MoniqueLeslie.com, which will be launching in the next couple of months. But for right now, I have only Monique.com, which is my OnlyFans, and MoniqueVids.com, which is my ManyVids site. To text me, get my phone number, give me phone calls, video calls, it's sextmonique.com. I am on Twitter at Monique Leslie, and I am on Instagram at Monique Leslie Main.
There you go, people. I enjoyed you, and I can't wait to bring you back. Straight up, I
Yeah,
cannot wait to bring you
I
back.
had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
No doubt. And then if I catch you, and if we happen to go to the same convention, I got
Mhm.
to get with you for a video podcast and a photo shoot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. So, people, you know how we end this all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke this over. Thank you for coming to the lounge,
Bye bye.
man.